I'm trying to get my tablet set up. I know last time I said I would not use my tablet again, but I'm doing it again. I'm literally doing it again. Tell me when this looks good. Okay. All right. So today's live stream, I wanted to talk about some reasons why I became a nomad and started living car life. So that's today's topic. And if you're interested, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, give it a like. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, if you want to follow along with my journey, hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications so you can stay tuned with new content that I post. But for now, let's hop into it. So just like last time, I wrote a list. I have my handy dandy list of 8 reasons why I became a nomad, why I started car life. So let's do it. Number 1 reason. Okay, the reason why I originally started getting interested into like nomad life, car life, was because I started researching minimalism. And the reason I started researching minimalism is because I had so many different apartments in Atlanta, Georgia. I've lived all over, and again, I'm a single woman. So every time that I've had to move to another place, I've literally like had to get more furniture, more dishes, more things like that. And of course, there's a lot of things that like we can keep in storage, or we can kind of like try to save for the next place that we go to. But realistically, like having apartments and moving, I just constantly found myself in a state of refurnishing. I'm like, okay, well, I'm in this new apartment. What's a new table I can put, or a lamp, or something? Anything it was, it just became a little bit too much. So I started looking into minimalism and thinking, like, okay, is there a way to live life without being such a consumer? And in the US, I mentioned in my previous video that like we are very much so consumers. Like we're here for the next purchase, like the next thing we can buy, like the next trend. But for me personally, I was like, I just can't do it. It's too much of a waste of money, and there's too many things I want to work on. And if I'm going to get there, I cannot keep spending money frivolously on just random consumer products. Like it's not the go. So basically I started really like researching minimalism, and I started living off of so much less. Like I started understanding that like the value of my money, my time, everything is different from what I was previously taught. And the lifestyle that I live now, I'm able to live with honestly less money and less items. So a lot of times people think they have to have so much, consume so much to live a more quality lifestyle. But in reality, it's like, y'all, I could pack everything I own in like 2 suitcases and I'll be traveling. Like, like I'll be doing different stuff. So like it's really not so much all the stuff that you have. So that's what got me into minimalism, and that's what made me think like, you know what, do I even need this apartment? Like maybe I can just live in my car. I'll check the comments really quick after topic number 1. The Northern Star, hello. Dracar Covington, hi. Peanut says, hey Bria, it's 4 a.m. in Los Angeles. I'm just getting off work. I'm glad I made the live this time. I'm glad you made it as well. Like, I'm trying to get more into doing lives. Of course, I'm abroad, so it's a little difficult because there's the time difference. But I'm really aware that a lot of my subscribers are in the West, so I think now is a good time to catch a few of y'all, so I'm glad you could catch the live. Let me see. Dracar, I hope I'm saying your name right, says, I want to travel. Yes, I think there's a lot of people who do want to travel and maybe just don't know how to go about it, or maybe think it's too difficult, but hopefully I can be someone who's here to like let y'all know like it's really not that hard. Like if I can do it, you can do it. So I'm going to go into my number 2 reason why I became a nomad and started living car life is travel, domestic at that. I really got into van life. I'm sure a lot of us did. Like at one point, it was just like the craze of just like watching YouTube videos of people who are converting these vans. They're putting bedrooms, closets, showers, kitchens, they're doing whatever, and they're traveling around the US. Like I got so into it because I was like, no way. No way. No way I'm paying thousands of dollars for an apartment I will never own. And y'all are just traveling around living your best life in a van. Like, I cannot. I cannot. So I got really down the rabbit hole of van life. And I'm watching these people and I'm just trying to understand. I'm like, so what is it? Like, do you need a van? Do you need thousands of dollars to convert it? Like, what is it that you can be able to live this type of free bird lifestyle? And it pretty much sent me down the road of trying to determine if I wanted to travel, even domestically, what all would I need at one point in time? Because when you think of your apartment, you're like, you don't need to take your whole apartment with you if you went camping. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if I want to just travel around, do some different events, go on some adventures, what all do I need? And I started thinking of ways to live out of a vehicle, truthfully. Look at the comments. The Evans, thanks for being here. Are you in Ghana? That's super cool. Oh, thank you for joining my chat. I appreciate it. I don't know why says yes, the time difference. It all good. We will watch the replay, of course. Lives are a little bit less effort for me because I can just get on here and just like be myself and just give my personality to you guys, talk to you guys like I would any friend or family member. When I do my videos, I feel like it's a lot more editing, B-roll, time spent to just like put it together to make it something that's worth looking at. But I do appreciate the time that people put in to just sit and chat with me. Like, it's just us, y'all. I'm just going over some stuff I wrote in my book. Like, it's really nothing crazy. It's just me giving you guys my raw personality. And I hope I can do more of that this year. So let's go into number 3, which is car life. No luxury. So I put that because, as I mentioned before, I was really getting into van life and watching these YouTube videos and like, wow, these people are traveling, living their best life in their vans and they're decking them out, they're building showers, all this stuff. And I felt like I couldn't achieve that. As sad as it is, I felt like this is too much. Like, this was never supposed to be something that is unacquirable. I don't even know if that's a word, but unacquirable, you know? Like, how did it go from I'm paying the same amount to live in my apartment that I'm paying to renovate or convert a van? You know, I'm like, if we're living in our van, it's because we want to pay less than what it would be to live in an apartment. But I just felt like all of these like big cats, kids with money and stuff like that were coming out and decking out these vehicles to a point where it just felt like, okay, you just completely taken it away from what the whole true purpose of it was, is for people to be able to save money, travel, live a higher quality lifestyle and not have to pay that much money. And now it's just like, oh, well, if you want to do that, you need to have a $5,000 bed that's on a fucking lift in your van. Like we don't have time for all of that. Like, we're really just trying to get by. So I got into car life because the van life really came like jaded for me. It was like, I don't really want to even like think or like deal with these like van life people because they're just doing too much for me personally. I love watching the conversions, the build outs, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if my regular average nomads feel like, oh, I can't even I'm not even good enough to live in my car. Like, what is this? Like, what world do we live in? I'm like, people living in their cars. And literally, you have people living in their cars who are rich. And I'm like, and now we have to watch them on YouTube and be like, oh, well, I just put a little mat in the back so I can lay on and be comfortable. And I have my little cup that I can heat up water and make tea. Like, these people literally have full-fledged homes and vehicles. So I had to step back a little and be like, okay, well, if it's not van life, what is it going to be? I wanted to do the traveling. I wanted to have the convenience, and I went to car life. I literally had a car, have a car. It wasn't paid off when I started car life, but very close to being paid off. And in my head, I never even considered it. I never was just like, why don't you just use the car that you've almost paid off to just start car life? I was like, I need a van and I need a shower in it and I need to find a way to have a kitchen and I was like, no, you're doing too much. And so I started watching videos on people living car life because I was like, forget all the luxury, forget you guys trying to take something away and make again something else that's profitable. Like, no, like if you want to just live in your vehicle, there are very minimalistic things that you can do to make that happen and not break the bank. Okay? So that's my number 3. Like, I got in a car life because I was like, y'all van life folks got me messed up for real. Let's look at the comments. The Evans says, no cap, you helped inspire our move here from the U.S. Thank you for staying so real, sis. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that because what I do, honestly, I try to be a genuine person. Like, I don't fake anything, y'all. Like, what y'all see is what it is. If I got bags under my eyes because I'm tired, y'all see it. Like, if I look stressed, if I look happy, if I look in the moment, like anything that's going on, you guys are going to see it. And that's just the way I'm going to continue my YouTube channel because I just want people to understand, like, whatever's going to work for you can work for you. Just because you see me doing whatever I'm doing don't mean that's just going to work for you. But we're all here to help each other. And if we share our journey, we can help other people. So thank you. And I'm hopeful that you stick along with me. Hi, Brodell. You made it to the live stream. I know I don't live stream as often, but thanks for making it here with me. Chelsea says, you have an excellent point. I completely understand what you're saying. We're going to get into a few more points. I don't know why it says, you are YouTube University. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into my number 4 reason of why I chose to become a nomad and started living in my car. Cost of renting in United States of America. I can close the book on that. We have enough information on that. So basically, we all know it is way too expensive to live and survive in America, let alone in a big city like Atlanta, where I lived. So I always say in my videos, I'm like, I'm a single woman, I don't have a partner. And I say this because I feel like this world is kind of set up for you to work in a team or work with a partner at the least, because nothing else makes sense to me as of why the prices are so high. If I'm like, I'm a single woman trying to pay rent and I'm paying damn near $2,000 a month and I'm working overtime, and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, this is set up for people to work together. I'm like, one person is not supposed to be paying this. That's the only way it can make sense to me. I'm like, at least 2, 3, at the best 4 of us should be paying this to live comfortably in America. You get what I'm saying? So the cost of living was just like, I'm paying thousands of dollars to have an apartment, and at the end of my contract, I have nothing. And I could have put that money towards other goals, investing in myself. So with car life, I was like, well, sure, people may look at me like, you're crazy. Why are you doing car life? Like, are you homeless or what's going on? And that's why I always said, like, this is a choice for me. I do understand that a lot of people out there don't have a choice. They're living car life because they don't have a choice. But I try to be very clear and very transparent with that, where I'm like, I decided to leave my comfortable midtown $1,700 apartment to live in my car so that I could save enough money to invest in my goals and my dreams, one of which was traveling abroad and becoming a teacher. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I would not trade it for the world. Like, the months that I've spent, honestly, not even months, like over a year, like almost 2 years I've spent living in my car and having people look at me like I'm crazy. And then to come to Thailand and be like, people looking at me, how you do that? I thought you was poor, homeless, living in your car. And I'm like, you have to stop having just wide prejudice ideas about people, because you never know what the case is. You never know what someone's circumstances are. So what I will say is that really choosing to live in my car has literally propelled me into everything that I've done in my life so far. And even though at times I really did feel low, I feel like if I was not at those lows, I would not feel as high as I do right now. So I'll leave it at that. Checking the comments. Let's see. Brodell says, it definitely is, because way back in the day, one income was able to handle everything for the most part. Nowadays, they even require you to make the triple the amount of rent in many areas. Right. I couldn't agree more. Like, since I ever had an apartment, it was that way. It was like, show us that you make 3 times the rent, possibly have a co-signer, like different things. Like, it's just gotten out of hand, and that's why our economy is so crazy right now, because I just feel like it's just gotten out of hand. It's been unchecked for too long, and nobody has really, I don't know, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say this because this is how I feel. I feel like Americans think they got it so good they don't bother to travel. And when you travel, you see not everybody lives the way we live. Not everybody is charged the way we are charged. Not everybody is taxed the way we are taxed. Not everybody has to hustle so hard like us. And granted, you could say, okay, well, maybe you're from a country that you guys don't make as much money, or your money's not as valuable. I get that. But the point I'm trying to make is that the bare necessities, right? The bare necessities. Shelter, clothing, food, safety, water. You know what I'm saying? The bare necessities. You have people in other countries who get it much easier than us. They may not be as rich as us. They may not make as much money as us. But when it comes to the bare necessities, it's not really an issue. And that's one thing that I've definitely experienced here in Thailand. I'm like, I don't struggle for the bare necessities. If you want extra, you want to do extra, okay, you might have to put a little extra. But it blows my mind that people in America, I'm like, we can't eat, sleep, be in safety, like, we can't even do these, even water. We've heard things that went on in Flint, like, it blows my mind that, like, we make so much money, we're so rich, we're so well off, we're so much better than everyone, but we can't even get the basics. So it's something to think about, y'all. I don't want to go on a whole tangent because I really could, because it's part of the reason why you see I'm completely in another country right now. I want to see how different things work around the world, because I'm not about to live in no bubble. I'm not about to fool myself into thinking this is just how it is, this is just how it has to be. No, I'm going to create my reality. And if I got to go to another country to do it, like, I will, So before I go back into the comments, because I know I will go on a whole rant with y'all. Like, I love talking to y'all in the comments. Like, I really do. That's why I be telling you, like, hit me up. Say what you got to say. Like, I will give my opinion. You give your opinion. I'm not a hateful person. Like, I'm open to everybody. Just be respectful. But I do love talking to y'all in the comments. I think we are on number 5. Number 5, I put finding a home. Where do I want to live? Okay, so this one's pretty easy because truthfully, since I was a kid, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. And for anybody who's from Ohio, you know, it's not necessarily somewhere you're gonna move to. Like, you know, it's more so somewhere you move away from. Like, it's a beautiful, amazing place to grow up, and I love being from Ohio, but you kind of move away to start a new life. You know, like it's almost like a small town move away type situation, you know. So I ended up in Atlanta, which is more of a bigger city, and I love it in Atlanta. I really do. I do not, however, like the crime levels. I almost can't deal with it. I'm not gonna lie, and it's part of the reason why I came to Thailand. I was like, I just need a break. I just need a break from the nonsense of Atlanta. But Atlanta is a beautiful, amazing, wonderful city that has so many opportunities for people who live there. But as I go into my 30s, because I will be turning 30 this year, I was thinking about maybe having a family or children, and I don't know if I can see that happening in Atlanta. So I've traveled a lot domestically in the US, and that's part of car life, nomad life. The reason, you know, like I wanted to be able to move around, move and shake, and see like what's my vibe, what do I like. One of the main cities I visited was Louisiana, but I've been all over in my car. I even have done a cross country road trip from Atlanta to Washington State and back. So I've been making moves. I've been doing my research trying to figure out like what is it that is your vibe, because I feel like a lot of times wherever we're born or wherever we're raised is like where we decide to like settle down, I guess you can say. And I don't want to just settle for where I was born or raised. I want to like choose, this is where I want to be, this is where I want to live my life, this is where I want to have a family, this is where I want to raise kids. So travel has been so important to me, and I think that when I had my apartment in Atlanta, I was not able to travel that much because majority of my money was going to paying bills. So when it came time to travel, it was like the rare holiday or something. Oh, you got some time off, maybe 2-3 times a year. And I'm like, no, I don't want my life to be determined or ran by my job, because at the end of the day they can fire me whenever they feel like it, but I'm supposed to run my whole life based off of what they doing? Absolutely not. We're not going to do that. So I started traveling around and seeing and doing things, and truthfully I think I have a little bit more traveling to do domestically. I love America. It's my country. It's where I'm from. But there's a few more states that I want to visit before I could say like, oh, I'm just going to stay in Georgia, or if I'm going to move somewhere else. But traveling abroad, I think that I put in some work these past 6 months or so, and I love Thailand. Thailand, I think, will forever be like my second home. But I'm ready to put in some work and come back to the US and be like, what's going on? Like, where do I want to stay? Because I cannot 100% just say, like, I want to stay in Atlanta, because Atlanta, it's a lot. It's a lot. But it's amazing, and it made me. So let's look at these comments. I'm trying to go back a little bit. Okay, so Martavia said, cool red sweater, Bria, matches your background. Thank you, love. Cooley CS. Thanks for joining us. We got some more people joining. I'm surprised. Usually, I mean, I don't really do live streams like this on YouTube, but I'm getting into it. And I'm learning how to deal with the chat. I want to eventually, like, use my camera and have my chat separate. We're going to get into that. Hi, Stuart Johnstone. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry, because I should say it right. I'm an English teacher, but who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? I don't know why I said, I will say it again. You are YouTube University. When you travel outside of America, you see different, you do different. Thank you. Thank you. I try. I just try to relate to like the average person. Honestly, I'm like, we get too many like influencers, which I'm going to do a video about that where I'm like, I'm not an influencer. I'm literally just a ghetto girl from Cleveland who moved to Atlanta and made something of herself, and now I'm in Thailand and I'm probably gonna come back to Atlanta. Like that's all I am. Nothing more, nothing less. Brodell says yes, the essentials that you need in America is even a struggle. A pack of soap is $10 lower. Right. It's like it's just so difficult to live in America. But I find it hard to just leave my people and just be like, oh yeah, I'm done with you. I'm never coming back. I couldn't do that. Like I'm gonna come back to America and fight the fight, but I get it. Like it's just not that fun anymore. Like at one point, I feel like it was fun to be an American. Right now, I'm like, all I see are memes and reels about just like how difficult it is to pay for the simplest things. It's like, why is it this hard to survive when I can live in Thailand and I literally pay less than $1 for my food and less than $200 for my apartment? Like, it does not make sense to me. Our government has to do something. Bishal Gissing. What's up? Simply Lou says, hi Bria, I loved watching your journey. Can I ask how come you moved from Bangkok? I moved from Bangkok because I didn't like some of the people that I work with. The community, the people, the students, beautiful. Very, very small town in Isan, close to Laos. However, sometimes when you're in such a small town, professionalism can go unchecked. And it's just something I'm not willing to deal with. A lot of my subscribers know rude, I don't deal with. If you're rude, bye. Like I will leave. You know, I'm like I don't deal with rude, disrespectful people. Period. I'm too old. So in Bangkok, despite how beautiful, amazing it was, I had to get to somewhere where I was more respected, and where I am now, I'm so happy in Saraburi. So for anyone thinking of coming to Thailand, visiting Thailand, Bangkok is a beautiful, amazing place to visit. It gives you that rural, like real Thailand feel. However, work wise is a different situation. Khaleesi said, why you look so tired? Probably because I'm tired. Kayak Sailing said, if you get a chance after Thailand, check out Siem Reap on the journey. Nice lifestyle town with opportunities. Siem Reap is that in Thailand? Send me another message. Like I would love to know because before I go back home to US, I'm gonna do another trip in Thailand. I've been all around. Like I've bounced all around Thailand, but I want to do another trip before I go home. So send me a message because I would love to look into it. The Evan says, tell us about the date. What do you want to know? What do you want to know about the date? Like, it was a nice date. It was cute. He's so sweet and a gentleman. What do you want to know? Let me know. H2O Savior says, Bria, you and others are young enough to change America. I'm hopeful for y'all. Oh, thank you so much. I am a millennial, and it's funny because my best friend, he's a Generation Z, and he's only a few months younger than me, but like we crack up about like different things about how their generation is versus mine. But yeah, I think my generation overall kind of started the whole like we're just over it. Like we're just over the BS. Like, and it's just been like a trickle down effect of people questioning like what's really going on because we all know that it's a bunch of BS. So, I don't know. You guys check me out in 20 years, see where I'm at. Who knows? I could be changing the world. Who knows? I don't know why it says I have been telling folks that rent in another country is way cheaper than America, and we don't know why. They don't want us to know why. They don't even want us to travel. Let's be honest. America will tell you that other countries are third world countries. They will tell you they're dangerous. And the truth of the matter is so crazy. Like, I feel more safe abroad than I've ever felt in America. Ever. But they will tell you, oh, don't go over there. It's not safe. Please. You know, like, it's time for people to wake up. Do your own research. Like, if you want to do something, go somewhere, do your research. I wouldn't go anywhere, period, without doing some type of research. But at the end of the day, if you can survive in America, I guarantee you, you'll be okay going somewhere else. You'll be fine. We live in the concrete jungle, honey. If you can survive there, I guarantee you, you can survive elsewhere. I didn't say everywhere. There are some places where I'm like, maybe not. But you got this. You got this. So, let's look at what I got left on this list. I think we're on number 6. I hope. I don't even know. But this is live, honey. We can't go back. So, number 6, I put travel abroad, less bills, more travel. And basically, living in my car allowed me to travel all around the U.S. So I went to so many different states, like within a year span. I was able to like hop around to different states, different months, something of which I wasn't able to do when I had my apartment. So nomad life, it's just like if you really want to engage in like having new experiences, travel, adventuring, doing whatever, then it's best that you not have some like long-ended commitment like an apartment lease that's like you're gonna be here for 12 months and you're gonna pay this many thousands of dollars and you're not gonna do shit else and you're gonna go to work and you're gonna pay us and that's all you're gonna do. And you're just like, okay, why? If you don't have to, don't. I understand. Like, I'm not somebody who's just like, I don't get why people do what they have to do to survive. Like, no, I get we all have to do what we have to do. But just do it for a reason. Do it for a reason. And that's why people ask, oh, why did you just up and move to Thailand? Okay, I worked. And I took that money. And I went and did something that I wanted to do. I don't want to sit here and work all damn day and pay all these bills all damn day and get nothing from it all damn year. Like, I want to at least get something, So a lot of people have to really start putting themselves first. Stop putting these companies and these conglomerates and these fat cats ahead of you. Like, they making money. They going on vacation with their family. They take time off in the year. They go see new things and have adventures. Why don't you? You're too busy working, trying to be the best workhorse for what? I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. Like, to this day, I got an email today. Like, I get emails all the time like, hey, do you want to come back and, get back into corporate analyst, computer work? No. I've been perfectly fine making less money and living a better lifestyle. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to go slave away at the computer. And I'm not hating on nobody who does that. Trust me. I'm not. I am somebody who literally worked corporate for 10 years. Like, I followed the route. And then I said, I'm not doing it anymore. So, to each his own. To each his own. Whatever works for you. You have a family. You have other circumstances going on. That's fine. But I truly do want to speak to the people who can relate to me and understand that, like, maybe that's not the best route for you. And maybe if you invested your time and energy and money into something that will more suit you, that you could be more successful at, who knows where you could go. And that's why I started Car Life. I said, this whole apartment stuff's not working for me. There's too many goals that I have I'm not able to accomplish because I'm constantly paying rent. Let me take that little $1,000 from this month and see if I could put that into the studio. See if I could put that into a flight somewhere. See if I can put that into some project that I want to work on. Simply put. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. Hold on. Let me catch up with the chat. Kayak Sailing says Cambodia, the temples. Yes, I went to Cambodia. I had to get my visa renewed there. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very similar to Thailand. Thailand has a lot of temples. I think Cambodia is just a little more strict. Thailand's like, whatever you want to do, boo. Like, Thailand is chilling. Like, I love Thailand. But Cambodia was like, look you up and down real quick. And then it was like, all right, go ahead. Simply Lou says, oh, that's a shame. Was it a small group of you working at the school or a large group? I find it hard when it's a hard group. Couldn't do it if someone was rude to me. I wouldn't say it was a large group at that school. It was actually only 5 of us. However, 5 of us and then a head teacher, so 6. But the 5 of us were all new, which basically says all the teachers that they had the previous term all left. So all of us teachers that came through were new, and all of us were kind of on the same page as far as like having no clue what we were getting into going to such a rural town. And we all had quite different personalities, but at the end of the day, I will say, to say the least, Thailand is a man's world. We should be used to that though, right? Like, Thailand is a man's world. Some men come here, especially from Western countries, and show their ass. Like, they literally do things they would never get away or do in their own home country, but here the laws and the rules are a little different. So unfortunately, we get that with teachers as well, and it's just part of weeding out the negatives. You know what I mean? Like, can we get some decent, good folks in here to teach the next generation of kids? Like, you do what you can do, and it's not much better in other countries, to be honest. Simply Lou says, I'm glad you're appreciated and happy where you are now. Thank you so much. However, I do want people to know, like, I would never give up on my country, America. I'm a pure-blooded American. Like, I love my country, and, like, I will be back. But travel, dear and near to my heart. I will never stop traveling. Candy Eastham said, agreed indeed. Dog City's Finest, what's up? Thanks for joining me, Nomad fam. And with that being said, if you guys aren't part of my Discord group, I do have a Discord chat where I support other nomads and people traveling, and I do chat in there regularly if you want to keep in touch with me just on a regular basis. Look at the channel description. There's a link there. And also, if you want one, leave me a comment. I'll drop you a new link so that you can join us. But we chat, we talk about what's going on, and I keep in touch with my nomads to let them know that they are not alone. So maybe you can join us as well. Nomad Man 777, good morning. Okay, so I'm going to get into my number 7 reason as to why I became a nomad and started living in my car. And this reason is to find out who's genuine, who doesn't judge me, and who supports me. And this one is so important to me because when I was living the lifestyle that I thought I was supposed to live, I went to high school, graduated college, got me a good job, stayed with a job, got an apartment, got a car, working my ass off. Like, when I'm living this lifestyle, like, sure, there were many people around who I thought, oh, maybe they're my friends, maybe they're not. But when I started living in my car, people really showed their true colors. Like, really showed their true colors. And I think the reason being is because they thought, like, oh, she's down and out. Like, she's living in her car. She's going through a tough time. I don't have to be that good of a friend to her. Or I don't really, like, and I don't think people realize that, one, it was a choice in order for me to stack money faster than most people are able to. And two, that it was a test. Because I'm like, if someone's around you when you're doing okay, quote unquote, even though you're not. I was not happy with my job. I was not happy with my circumstances. And then when you're doing better and maybe it doesn't seem that way to them, they act different. Like, that really does go to show you, like, who's your friend, who's not your friend. So I feel like since I started car life, my circle has gotten so small. It was already small before, but it was like it's gotten like minuscule, where I really enjoy engaging with other nomads, other content creators, other people online. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But when it comes to like personal interactions, like, I really keep a distance, because a lot of times people act like they're your friend, act like they care about you, act like they support you, blase blase. But when you're in a time of looking like you're down, even if you could be down, but looking like you're down. Because for me personally, I'm like, I chose to move into my car, and I saw how that changed how people engage with me, versus me moving to Thailand, having my own apartment, becoming a teacher, doing whatever. And it's just like, oh, wow, you really turned it around. And it's like, nothing was ever turned around. This was always part of the journey. You know, like, sometimes you have to understand that people who rock with you are going to rock with you no matter what. No matter what's going on. No, it doesn't have to be circumstantial. So I feel like for me, realizing like, okay, I can live in my car, I can live in a shed, I can travel to Thailand, I can do whatever. The people who are with me, been with me. Been with me. Like as Drake says, no new friends type shit. But I'm open to my nomads, I'm open to meet new people, but I'm just not open to people who have already shown themselves to be disingenuous. Especially in 2024, it's like we really don't have time. Like, I'm not trying to beg you to be my friend. Either you like me or you don't. Either you with me or you're not. Comments. Let's see. Nadeem said, hello, I'm Pakistan. Hello, welcome. Candy Esom says, loves when you discuss being a minimalist. I'm definitely working towards that, and I can't wait to be free from things and obligations that tie me down. Right. That was literally my first step to my lifestyle, was minimalism. I was like, there's too much stuff. I cannot think straight. You know, like, how much do I have? How much do I... It's just stuff everywhere, and you realize the consumerist lifestyle, like, it's not for everyone. If you enjoy it, but I'm like, for me, I like knowing all the stuff I have. Like, I have to go on a trip this weekend. I like knowing, like, okay, exactly what I need to pack and what I have and what I need, instead of being like, I have 4 pairs of shoes that all serve the same purpose, and which one am I going to take? Like, no. Everything that I have serves a purpose singularly. Dog City Finance says, I'm back in Cleveland next month. Hey, tell me how it is. Tell me if it's snowing. Send me a picture in the Discord. I got to get back to Cleveland. I need to visit my little cousins and stuff. When I get back to Atlanta, that's something I'm thinking about. But yeah, send me pictures. I don't know why it says, enjoyed the live. Gotta go to start my day. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for riding it out with me, and enjoy your day. I know this live stream is super early, but whoever tuned in, thank you so much. Nafiza's Kitchen says, hello from Bangladesh. What's up? What time is it in Bangladesh? Nomad Man says, I won't hold it against you that you don't live in your car. Technically, I do live in my car in America. Well, I live in my car and I live in a shed. Like, I got options. I can also live in a van or in the house. But at the end of the day, like, I mainly choose my car. But when I'm traveling abroad, I do have my apartment. So, yeah. Jay Jermaine says, so you're living in Thailand now? Yes, I'm living in Thailand. Sorry I'm itchy, you guys. Like, I've been getting tatted. Recently, I'm, like, scratching like a freaking dog. But, yes, I live in Thailand currently, but I will be back in the States soon to connect with my Nomad family. So, yeah. Let's go over this last reason why I became a nomad and started car life. Reason number 8. To live within my means and be environmentally and financially aware. So, I say that because... I had an apartment that was like almost 2,000 square feet, 2-bedroom, huge bathroom, huge living room. And like when I was living there, I had a hard time even filling the place. Like I was like, I need to get a couch, I need to get a table, I need to get a stump, I need to get a plant. Like I was like, it's too much space. Like I need to fill this space. And I started being like, I want to live like within my means. I don't feel like I need all this space. I don't. If I can achieve the same goals, cook, clean, sleep, have a place to, have recreation, whatever. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a 2,000 square foot place, So I really wanted to just, like, live within my means and be like, what do you need? I don't need $300 worth of groceries in the refrigerator when I could just eat for this week and spend $100. Like I wanted to really just start a lifestyle that was like, it's not based on a long-term, like I signed a 12-month lease. I pay rent every month. I'm going to be here all the time. So let me just consume because I'm going to be here. versus being like, what we doing this week? Because next week you never know. We could be on a whole new wave. Next week I could be like, I'm just eating vegetables this week. I can't even. Like, you never know what the circumstances are, you know? So I wanted to start living my life more in a way that was like within my means, within my time frame, within my budget, and stop trying to keep up with the Joneses necessarily. Because I found that doing that actually turned out to be very wasteful. Like, I would do things like, for example, I would buy groceries for the month or 2 3 weeks and waste half of them because I'm not even eating all this, and then end up spending money buying fast food. What? Like, we don't live like that no more. We don't. What I buy, I'm cooking. What I purchase, I'm eating. When I put gas in my car, it's because I'm going. Like, I don't just do things for the future so extended ahead where you don't even know where you're going, you know? So I feel like similarly with apartments, I'm like, how am I going to sit here and tell y'all I'm going to sign a 12-month lease and I don't even know if I want to be here next week? Like, let's be honest. I don't even know if I want to be here today. So I just started moving differently in that aspect. And in return, it has made me more environmentally aware because it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not using as much water. Maybe I'm not using as much electricity. Maybe I'm not using as much trash. Like, I'm more aware of like the stuff that I have because I'm living in a car. I cannot pack my car to the brim with a bunch of stuff. I still gotta see out the windows when I drive, you know? So like, it's just been moving differently. It's been moving differently, and I don't know. I think I will probably sum it up there for sure. Other than the financial obvious benefits of like, I don't pay rent, I live in a car, I stack money, I can use that money to make other decisions and other plans. I think you guys kind of get it. Like, those are the 8 reasons why I decided to become a nomad. I'm now living in Thailand. I will be back to nomad life, and I can't wait to connect with you guys even more. But I wanted to do this live stream just to let you guys know that you're on my mind. Like, I will always first be a nomad. Like, I don't care what people think, and you guys shouldn't either. Like, there's so many different reasons why someone would choose the lifestyle that they have, and don't ever let anyone try and talk you down about it or make you feel bad about the lifestyle choice that you've chosen. Because use me as an example. Like, I lived in my car, people were sleeping on me, and now, what do you say? What do you say? You know, so I'm like, let me not be stupid, but yeah, you get it. You never know what someone's journey has in store. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Give the video a like, subscribe if you're not already, hit the notifications bell, join my Discord, link in the channel description. Follow me on Instagram, link there as well. And I just want to keep in touch with you guys and keep the conversation going. So, until the next time, peace.